please stand for a moment of silence before the Pledge of Allegiance. Roll call, please.
18 present.
Before we get into the approval of the minutes, have Doug Mankey come out and give a little explanation of the new system. So for those watching at home, this is a new AV system for the board.
Good evening, board members. My name is Doug Mankey. I'm the county AV engineer. And I'm the one that is going to take credit for all the wonderful things. If there's something you don't like, it was the other guy. But real quick, what I want to cover for you briefly is what is in front of you. Most notably the microphones. They look exactly like the ones that we took out. These are new, but they are a considerable upgrade in the technology. And probably the most important thing to note about them is they are much more sensitive than the old microphones are. So keep that in mind as you're speaking to colleagues and things like that. Generally, my rule of thumb after 30 years at Western Illinois University, if you walk into a room that has AV capabilities, assume there is an open microphone. That's the safest way to go. And another addition to your stations there is the little outlet, the electrical outlet. In addition to having 110 power there, they also have both the large and the smaller USB ports. So all you need to do is bring in your charging cable for your device, plug it right in, and you're good to go. For the most part, we've got the new display system, which is considerably bigger and a lot better quality. So watching things on the screen, presentations and such should be considerably easier. That's about it. If you have any questions or are interested at all in more of the technology, more of the stuff behind the curtain over there, reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to all about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Any questions for Doug? Should be no problem hearing anybody anymore with this new system. So next up is the approval of the July 13th minutes. Is there a motion? Mr. Sauls or Mr. Elsasser? Any questions, comments, concerns, corrections? Seeing none, please vote. It should be on there now. You might have to back out and get back on there.
18 ayes.
Next up is proclamations and presentation. A proclamation congratulating the Wheels of Time Museum on their 40th anniversary. Member Ricker and Wheels of Time, please come forward.
Have you face out to our board members. That's okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. Well, I would like to first off start with the Wheels of Time Museum up in Dunlap, 40-year proclamation. I will start by introducing the two founders, Gary and Jan Bragg, are the two founders. They will make some comments here after the proclamation. And they have transitioned this over to a nonprofit today, or a few years ago. We have Laura Evancho. Give me the right. Evancho, sorry. Laura is the executive director for the Wheels of Time Museum, and Marcy Baldwin is the board secretary. So they're here with us. I'd just like to give a couple comments. You okay, Gary? You can turn around and have a seat on your. Yeah. No, please do. Thank you. Yeah. We'll give Gary a second here to get. So I had the opportunity earlier today to go out and do a most current walkthrough. Laura gave me the 5-minute tour, which took somewhere around an hour, which means there's a lot of content, material, information. I had not been in there for several years, so I was wowed. It's a great place to go see and tour. I'll let them talk about that when they get an opportunity. But again, it's one of those blessings in our community of the history of Peoria, the history of the things that we have here. They've got a combination of cars, trains, there's an airplane, there's tractors, it's toys, it's animated, a lot of interactive for children. So for all ages, even I as a child was pushing buttons and making things run. I didn't break anything, that I'll admit to. So with that, I will read the proclamation, and then I'm going to have Gary provide some comments as the founder. Whereas Wheels of Time Museum has offered local residents and visitors the unique opportunity of walking into the past through their antique collections to experience various moments in history. Whereas Wheels of Time Museum has worked to restore historical buildings, collect memorabilia that offers an educational and eye-opening experience. Whereas many of the exhibits are interactive, offering a hands-on learning experience for customers, which allows them to truly feel for the past. Whereas Wheels of Time Museum offers not only exhibits to touch, but also experiences like riding a fire truck. I didn't get to do that today, but I will go back the next time they offer it. Whereas visitors of the Wheels of Time Museum can see antique cars, toys, clocks, tools, bicycles, trains, tractors, and many, many more things inside the building and outside. Whereas outside visitors will find the historic Laterno Steel House. It has a real history here in Peoria. A working windmill, the famous Rock Island steam locomotive, and various restored cars, artwork by Preston Jackson, and much more. Whereas Wheels of Time Museum has made efforts to expand beyond being a standard museum, which is seen in the community efforts to establish a service dog program and a superhero day event. Whereas the museum's dedicated staff, volunteers, and donors have allowed Wheels of Time Museum to grow and expand over these 40 years. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, chairperson of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby acknowledge and celebrate the 40th anniversary of Wheels of Time Museum, dated this 10th day of August AD 2023. Signed by James C. Dillon, Peoria County Board Chairman, and Rachel Parker, Peoria County Clerk. So, want to honor them. And you can stay seated if you want, Gary, or stand. It's your option.
Thank you, Stephen. That was wonderful. This proclamation really means a lot to us, especially me. 43 years ago, I guess, John Parks and I came down to this very building and presented a concept of a new museum that we wanted to put up north of Peoria. And we must have did a good job because we got approved with only one dissenting vote. This is zoning board. So off we went, and unique concept was we used local people in their collections, whether it's cars or trains or clocks or whatever. And we had enthusiasm for 40 some years. Never let up. So what this means to me is maybe we can kind of say we did it. There's this proclamation, 40 years. Thank you all.
Yeah, very well said. And I offered Jan to speak, but she declined. But I'll give her one more option. I don't want to.
There's nothing more to add.
We know where the support is. Those of us who have a lady counterpart or a partner who keeps us honest. And I won't pass it, but I'm going to ask Laura or Marcy if you want to comment.
The one thing we had asked Gary to mention was come visit the museum.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You can tell they're the ones that's running things here. We're
So-
the customers.
right. So we're open Wednesday through Sunday, noon to 5, and check our website, wheelsotime.org. We have a lot of special events, and that's what we're really working on. So thanks to being a nonprofit, we have been able to do all kinds of things. And we were just saying how gracious Gary and Dan have been with transitioning over and from their reign and letting us, not reign, but their
Yeah,
era,
right.
and allowing us to let the museum continue to blossom as they did. So we're really grateful.
I don't think there's anything else to add. But yeah, thank you very much for this proclamation, and we hope to see you there soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you. Thank you, Marcy.
I just wanted to say this is out in my neck of the woods, and I've been there several times, and I know a lot of the people that work there, and this is about an amazing accomplishment what you guys have done in the last several years, and I drive by there almost every day, and it's literally speaking, there's thousands and thousands of volunteer hours that have taken place over the last 43 years. I mean, it's probably close to 10 or 100,000. I don't know how many hours, but I know people that go there once a week, one day a week, and congratulations to you. And if you haven't been there, or if your kids or your grandkids have not been there, it's well worth at least going there one time.
Next up is citizens' remarks. Nick, I know you like research and trivia, so I don't remember the last time we've had 0 public comments.
I'll have to look that up.
Next is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to put this on the floor? Ms. Williams, Mr. Rosenbaum. Is there anything that would be like to be pulled? Seeing none, please cast your vote. I don't have anything to vote on.
18 ayes.
Zoning ordinance and resolutions.
Item 1, case number ZBA-2023-0026, petition of Hayes Trust number 8346 by Susan Ogborn, trustee. A special use is required in section 20-5.2.2.1.A.1 of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section allows for a special use when a proposed land split does not meet the 25-acre minimum lot size nor the one dwelling unit per 25 contiguous acres density requirement in the A-2 agricultural district. The petitioner proposes to divide 15.54 acres from an existing 48.84 acre tract. The parcel is located in Hollick Township. The Zoning Board of Appeals recommends approval with restriction. The Land Use Committee concurs.
Member Rosenbaum. Member Daley. Member Rosenbaum.
This is another one of those easy land splits. The landowner wants to keep the house and the buildings and some of the property, and then the rest of it is agriculture ground that they want to sell to the farmer. So it was an easy one to vote through. Thank you.
Any questions? Seeing none, please vote.
Eighteen ayes. Item number 2, a resolution from your County Health Committee recommending approval to award the most qualified low bid for exterior cladding to CAD Construction, Tremont, Illinois, including alternate number 4, in the amount of $646,615, and to award the most qualified low bid for landscaping to CJL Landscaping, Brimfield, Illinois, in the amount of $307,564.95 for the Health Human Services Project, pending committee approval.
Member Renault. Member Rulon. Member Couch.
Mr. Chairman, I will be abstaining due to a conflict.
Member Renault.
Thank you. I just wanted to point out that in the description of this resolution, the number for the landscaping is incorrect. The number in the agenda briefing and in the resolution itself, it is correct.
Any other questions? Seeing none, please vote.
We have 17 ayes, 1 abstention, with Member Rulon abstaining due to a conflict of interest. Member Couch abstaining due to a conflict of interest.
Next, miscellaneous and announcements. Start with Member Elsasser and work our way around. Member Williams.
I just wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Linda Daly.
Member Salzer.
That we had an awful good fair, and we wish everybody that did come out enjoyed it. And you know what? There was not a drop of rain during the fair, but I'm very thankful for the rain that we have recently had, because my yard had cracks that were about 3/4 of an inch in many places. So God bless us.
Member Blair.
It's a new school year for many students and educators alike, so let's wish them all a good school year.
Member Dale. Brandy, Betty, Camille. All right, seeing none, meeting adjourned.